no, in my mind, sin in trying to be different and acknowledging that sometimes one aspect of your experiment hasn't gone right. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, whom I'm just reading about at the moment, made the point at the beginning of the New Deal that what was needed was relentless experimentation in order to shake America out of the Depression. And sometimes some of those experiments would go wrong. But he admitted frankly that he would learn from them, change, and then reinforce what was right. And it was that sense of determination to try whatever was available to take America forward that resulted in America not just conquering the Depression, but in due course conquering fascism in the Second World War. Final thing that I wanted to say is, as some of you may know, I read English at university. And one of my favourite poets, at the time, one of my favourite poets was Philip Larkin. Some of you may know his poem called about the Arundel tomb, where you have these two people sort of lying there, and the poet looks at the image of them, their sort of stone hands next together, and he meditates on what we leave behind us, and the impression that the world has of this couple, this knight and his lady, commemorated forever there. And in the end he says, all that remains of us is love. And what I suspect he was alluding to is the fact that the impression that we leave during our lifetime on others is what remains after we've gone. And if that impression is an impression of love, of caring, of seeking to help others, then it will carry on and it will linger and it will be something which is a genuine moment. Well, all of you are going to leave something behind which is an expression of your love for children. You will be leaving behind, in bricks and mortar, in concrete and glass, institutions which sum up excellence and also embody love. The free schools that have already been created because they are people who want children to succeed and are prepared to sacrifice an enormous amount to see that happen. And in the same way as people remember William of Wykeham, because he set up Winchester School, or John Lyon, because he set up Harrow, so in years to come, people will remember you, because you helped set up the first free school in a part of the country which had never seen educational excellence of that kind before, or the first free school that opened children's eyes to ambitions and avenues that they had never seen, or the first free school that provided a creative education to children who had been condemned to drudgery and an existence which didn't give them the chance to be all that they could be. So all I wanted finally to underline before I stop and invite you to ask any questions that you may have, all I wanted to underline is that the work on which you're engaged is, yes, disruptive and innovatory, but also likely to help others. There's nothing in what you're doing that is anything other than noble. And that's why, once your work is complete, that school is set up, and you see the first children crossing the threshold, and you see the first parents delighted at the end of that day as they collect their children happy and fulfilled. That's why I think you should feel what I feel about you, which is an enormous sense of pride. Thank you very much.